What's up? It's your boy K-Blao, HoodX, www.hoodx.com. Sign up for hoodx.com. I know I probably shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving, but oh well. Subscribe to my channel. Click subscribe below. Check out some of the other videos on my page. I do got a lot of good information on here. Some of it is kind of controversial. Some people love me, some people hate me. Either you love me or you hate me. I don't give a damn. I do what I do. Today I want to talk about something that's really dear to me. I want to talk about water signs, Cancers, Pisces, Scorpios, and clutter. The majority of the water signs that I know, the people that I know, they have an issue with clutter. Like you go in their house and their room, their bedroom, it's just crap all over the place. Clothes on the floor, toys, like the kids, like the kids' toys, papers, mail that's never been opened, what other stuff, like, candles that's never been lit, decoration stuff that's just old and dusty that ain't been wiped off in months, and it seemed like a good idea to keep it at first, but then it just becomes clutter. Sometimes kids will draw pictures of, little crayons and mommy, daddy, little pictures, and then, they'll hang it on their refrigerator or they'll put it up somewhere special, and it'll sit there for like 3-4 months, where they won't actually, frame it and put it up somewhere permanently. It'll just sit on the fridge, or it'll sit on the counter, or it'll sit, on the floor sometimes for weeks, before, they'll pick it up and they'll say, oh, I can't throw this out, and then they'll, put it somewhere else and let it pile up with a bunch of other clutter. Like a lot of times too, water signs have a drawer somewhere in their house that's just full of crap. Like it could be like, just one earring, earring backs, the back of earrings, or you just have one earring, rubber bands and office supplies and just random stuff, clutter, and I noticed this a lot with the water signs because it all really comes down to what I say is foundation. A lot of the water signs foundation is like quicksand. It's not a solid foundation. It's not definite. And this could drive somebody crazy who's with you, especially if the person's like an earth sign, who's like a Virgo or a Taurus, somebody who's real punctual, somebody who's like everything in its place, somebody who's like real punctual and well organized. Because you're actually, certain men, like especially me, at least me, I can't speak for all men, but me, especially like the men I know, especially like my father before he died, he used to have a saying, he said, there's a place for everything and everything in this place. And he was a very well organized man, and I try to be the same way. It's all I know. It's how I was brought up, to be organized, to be punctual. And what happens is if your mate is a water sign, or if your mate is a very cluttered type of individual, that can give you cancer. My father died of cancer, and his mate wasn't a water sign, but he was very intense, for lack of a better word, when it came to organization and putting things where they go. And I've noticed, especially with water signs, they so emotional and they get so caught up in the moment through nostalgia, and they get mesmerized by things that's just so simple that they'll, leave food out. Like they'll go to the refrigerator and get some milk for the baby, and then leave the milk out for like 2-3 hours, or they'll be playing with the toys with the kids, something like that, and then they'll go into the next room and just leave all this stuff out, and like me, I got an office. My office isn't completely as good and organized as I like, but when you go into my office, that is the place where I make sure I keep all of my office work in my office. I don't bring my office stuff out into the house. I try to leave all that stuff in one room. And sometimes it may get cluttered, but I typically leave it all in one room. so the clutter doesn't spread throughout the whole house. And also keep, you know, if you go to Walmart sometimes, or if you go to like Family Dollar, or out here they got Big Lots, where they have like these big bins, like these big plastic bins. Me being with a water sign, I cannot explain to you how many times I have to keep buying those bins and just fill it up, you know, with just junk. This stuff that, you know, my wife don't want to throw out because she just like collecting stuff and putting emotional attachment onto it. She don't want to throw it out. So I've just learned to, you know, box it all up in these plastic containers and just put them in the basement, you know. And I would suggest, if you are with a water sign, that you keep boxes like those, you know, those containers of plastic. I would suggest that you keep those very close, because you're gonna need them, you know. And they're not gonna like it. They're gonna think that you're being mean or whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't allow yourself to give in to the clutter. You can't go to sleep. You can't put yourself to sleep, you know, because you'll fall under that emotional energy. Oh, there go the police. I ain't even supposed to be on the phone. Hold on. You see that? I don't know if you can see the police out here in Illinois. You ain't even supposed to be on the phone. But yeah, I would suggest, if you're with a water sign, make sure you keep some bins close. Make sure you know, you can't even talk to them about this, to be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of the reason why I'm making this blog, because, you know, time and time again, and I'm not just, you know, saying my personal relationship, but even business relationship with some of my friends who are Scorpios and Cancers. And, you know, I've tried to talk to them time and time again about their clutter in their house, because it messes up business. It's like, you know, a lot of times I'll go out, we'll gotta go make a move real quick, and, you know, they'll forget their wallet, they forget their phone, you know, they be done lost the camera or a part to the camera. You know, we gotta go do some filming, and they be done forgot the most important part of the camera. Or, you know, we're gonna go set up to DJ a gig, and they been forgot the main wire that's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, like the Y cable. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody know what a Y cable is, but I have screwed up many a parties just simply because we didn't have a Y cable. We have everything else but the Y cable, you know. And me being an air sign, I have the ability to kind of see things before they happen. So like, before I leave the door, I do a check, you know, do I got my keys checked? I got to see myself starting the car. I see myself pulling out my wallet and paying for things. You know, so I make sure I got my credit card. I make sure I got my cash. I see, in my mind, I see scenarios of, you know, whatever it is I'm about to do, I make sure I vision the whole thing as specifically as I can in my mind. I play it out in my mind. And remember the small details and pay attention to detail, because that's what's going to determine whether or not I'm prepared. And the thing about water signs, a lot of times it is very difficult for them to pay attention to detail. You know, they'll clean up the house, and they won't pay attention to like the corners. You know, in the wall, you got dust and stuff collecting in the corners, or like, you know, you wipe your hand across the top of the TV or something like that, it's dust. You know, water signs don't pay attention to stuff like that. So if you're with one, you make sure that you do that. You know, you get in their car, oh my God, like 90% of the water people I know, that you get in their car is like, they are complete car slobs. You know, just cluttered everywhere. And it's really a symbol of where their mind is, because their mind is cluttered with emotion. That and they'll sit in that clutter. They'll just sit there comfortably, because it don't matter to them. It's not a big deal. You know, that's one of the biggest things that they'll say, yeah, it's not a big deal, you know. But it is a big deal when you look at the symptoms of the things that they forgetting, and how much further ahead they would be if they just had that clarity of getting rid of that clutter and stop placing emotional attachment onto material items. You know, they'll never throw stuff out, and their house, their car, their clothes are a direct reflection of what's in their mind. So know that. Don't put yourself to sleep. Don't think that you can just talk to a water sign about their clutter and they're going to do something about it. They're not going to do it, because they're constantly running on strictly emotion. The thing that you need to do is take action yourself. If you are in a business relationship with a water sign, they're a very cluttered person, you know, tell them like, hey, we will continue to do business once you remove some of this clutter. If you are in a personal relationship with a water sign and they got clutter, then you take action. Put the stuff away. you know, you create, or don't wait for them to do it. That's only gonna start an argument. You have to take action. That's why I'm making this video. What is the solution? You are the solution. Because, and this will be a constant thing that, you know, they will claim that they're working on it, but they're not, because they are constantly looking at it from an emotional standpoint. They're not working on it. In their mind, in their heart, they want to, but they can't. They don't have what it takes. So that's what they need, an outside resource for. That's why they're constantly looking for something outside of themselves to give them the foundation, you know, because they don't know how to build a foundation. They'll look at their kids to give them a foundation. They'll look at their spouse to give them a foundation. They'll look at strangers on the street, strays, to get them a foundation. Anything outside of themselves, they are constantly looking for a foundation that they're not going to get themselves. So, you know, they'll fight it, they'll resist it, but you just be firm, remain dominant, remain firm in your stance that you will not allow clutter to take over your house. And you will thank me later. So if you got any testimony, if you live with a water sign who's cluttered, you know, any cancer, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be a water sign either. You know, if you are in a situation where you're dealing with somebody who's very cluttered, or you might be cluttered yourself, leave a comment below, because I would love to see your interpretation. I would love to hear what you got to say about this. I'm definitely looking for concrete reference points to keep my life from getting cluttered. So subscribe to my channel, check out some of the other videos, sign up for hoodx.com, send me a friend request. I'm trying to get away from Facebook because Facebook is cluttered too. You can hit me up on hoodx.com, K-Blao hoodx. Sign up, make some friends, join the community. Subscribe to my channel below. Just click subscribe. Peace.